It is day 4 of my 30-day, 30-night realignment journey, and I find this absolutely hilarious because it's now 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I have had one of the most obscure, bizarre days I have had in a long time. I have been randomly texting a friend in Perth that never happens, and it was very strange. And then I was walking my dogs around the lake, and there was a woman that I randomly met a couple of weeks ago, and I sent her a text and said, you know, I'm looking to rehouse my dogs. And at the time when I was walking past her house on the other side of the lake, she was sitting there with a woman telling this woman about my dogs, and they were trying to work out whether they could find a home. And she was showing this lady the photos, and the woman said, oh, if I could only meet the dogs. And next thing you know, I'm walking around the corner, and Wendy said, there she is, and they both jump up and start waving at me. And so I ended up spending the afternoon at their place with the dogs, and I was really random, and woke up at 2:30 this morning and didn't go to sleep until 11:30 last night, and I'm still awake and I'm still alert and I'm still human, and you know, normally 3 hours sleep I should be shattered by now. And it's been a really strange day, getting up and walking the dogs at 5:15 or 5:30 this morning. And it's funny because it's been a day where I haven't done anything. I got online like I do every morning, and I tried to do my website, and I tried to do installations, and I tried to do some plugins, and it didn't matter what I did, I wasn't able to do it. And I found it quite interesting because normally I'd get really frustrated, or I'd feel really guilty because I hadn't done what I had intended to do, or what I'd even probably not intended. I guess if I'd intended it, then I would have actually completed it. I guess what I thought I was going to do today, and what I thought I had to do today. And it was almost like the universe is giving me this gentle nudge going, you might think you have to do things, but remember who's actually in control of what you do. Because they know every action I take is based on a feeling, and I kind of look at it. Sometimes they just like to mess with me, and sometimes they like to remind me that it doesn't matter what my brain tells me that it thinks I want to do. I'm not in charge of what I do when I base my actions on how I feel, because if I feel off, then I won't take an action, and they know this. So today has been a funny day, and even getting online to do this video, I was sitting here going, I so don't want to do this video. I'm having such a disheveled day, and it's been a day of fun and frivolity and dishevelment is the best way I can put it. And then I heard, well, what better thing to share on this video than the fact that it's been such a disheveled day. It's been all over the place. And I guess showing that even though I haven't done what I thought I was meant to do, I'm okay with that. And that for me is quite an evolution, because normally I would feel so guilty. I would feel so bad about myself, and I would beat myself up if I didn't do what I thought I was meant to do. And releasing all of these beliefs that say I have to be somebody, or I have to do something, or I have to have achieved by the end of the day. And if I don't achieve by the end of the day, then maybe I'm not a very good person, or maybe I'm not a person that's good enough. And I used to have all these stories that went round and round and round in my head. And now I don't have those as much anymore. They are still there a little bit, only a fraction. In that, I think it was maybe once today I had this thought of, you know, I really should have done something today. And almost instantly I had this other thought that came through and said, hang on a minute, you've had a day of fun and frivolity, so what does it matter if you didn't achieve when you had fun? And that's kind of as important, I won't say more important, that's as important as having a day of feeling like you've achieved. So I guess that's kind of it. I didn't really have anything to share for day 4. There hasn't been any major revelation. There hasn't been any major major lessons that I've learnt. It's been a really, really fun day, and I guess the biggest lesson that I learnt today is that it's actually a lot of fun to have fun days, and it's been such a long time since I've actually had a day that has been fun. And I've walked away thinking, wow, that was such a fun day, even though I did absolutely nothing. And it was all random and all completely unexpected, unplanned, unprogrammed, unorganized, unintended. And it was what it was. It was a day filled with fun. And I highly recommend, if you can, to release the belief that says you have to achieve, and if you don't achieve, then you're not good enough, or you haven't done enough, or you'll never be enough if you don't achieve every day of the year. See if you can release that belief and allow the balance to come through between having fun and achieving. And for me, that's what my life is becoming more and more about, is having that balance between the equal spectrums, and having days where I can appreciate how much I've achieved, and then having days when I can appreciate how much fun I've had.